$10,000 every month from ETFs. Sounds amazing, right? You hear numbers like this all the time online. Passive income, monthly cash flow. Let your investments pay the bills. But here's the question almost nobody answers. How much money would you actually need invested to generate $10,000 per month? $500,000? $1 million? $2 million? Or something much bigger? Because once you run the math, the reality can look very different. So let's skip the theory and go straight to the numbers. $10,000 per month equals $120,000 per year. That's the income target. Now imagine the simplest approach many investors use for income. Dividend ETFs, funds that hold companies paying regular dividends. Historically, many diversified dividend ETF portfolios produce yields around 3 to 4% per year. Sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower. But to keep things simple, let's assume 4% annually. Now here's the key question. If your portfolio generates 4% per year, how much capital would you need to produce $120,000 in annual income? Let's run the math. 120,000 divided by 0.04. The result? About $3 million invested. Yes, roughly $3 million. That's what it would take for a traditional dividend ETF portfolio to generate around $10,000 per month in income. And for many investors, that number is, well, pretty surprising. Because, most discussions online focus on yield percentages, but they rarely mention the capital required to support that income. Now, quick note before we continue. These are really just simplified hypothetical examples for educational purposes. ETF yields change. Markets change. And honestly, no investment strategy can guarantee a specific income result. The goal here isn't to promise income, but to help you understand the math behind it. Because when investors talk about ETF income, the most important number isn't yield, it's capital. And when many people see that $3 million number, they immediately start asking a different question. Is there a way to reach the same income target with less money invested? Because once you start looking at the ETF market today, you'll notice something interesting. Some income-focused ETFs show much higher yields. 8%, 10%, sometimes even higher depending on market conditions. And when yield increases, the amount of capital required to generate income drops dramatically, which is exactly why many investors begin exploring higher income ETF strategies. But this is where things get interesting. Because higher yield doesn't just change the math, it also changes how the strategy behaves. And when you run the numbers, the difference can be dramatic. In fact, the capital required to target $10,000 per month can suddenly drop by millions of dollars. So in the next example, we'll run the exact same income target again. Still $10,000 per month, still $120,000 per year, but this time, using a much higher yield. And when you see the number that comes out of that calculation, you'll understand why these ETFs attract so much attention from income investors. Now, let's change just one variable, the yield. Instead of 4%, imagine an ETF income portfolio producing around 10% per year. That number might sound high, but there are income-focused ETFs that aim to generate higher cash flow using strategies like covered calls or option premiums. Depending on market conditions, some of these funds can show yields in that range. But remember, higher yield doesn't mean higher returns are guaranteed. It simply changes the income math. So let's run the exact same calculation again. The target stays the same, $10,000 per month, which equals $120,000 per year. Now divide that number by a 10% yield. 120,000 divided by 0.10. The result? About $1,200,000 invested. That's it. Instead of needing roughly $3 million, the required capital drops to around $1.2 million, a difference of nearly $2 million. And this is exactly why higher yield ETF strategies attract so much attention, because the math suddenly looks very different The income target stays the same, but the capital required drops dramatically. And when investors see that difference, they start asking a new question. If higher yield reduces the capital required, why doesn't everyone use only high-yield ETFs? The answer is trade-offs. Many high-income ETFs generate cash flow using covered call strategies. This means the fund collects option premiums by selling calls on the underlying assets. That income can help support higher distributions, but it can also limit some upside during strong market rallies. In other words, these strategies may prioritize income today over maximum growth tomorrow. And depending on market conditions, monthly distributions can change over time. Some months higher, some months lower. That's why many experienced investors don't rely on just one type of ETF for income. Instead, they combine approaches. A portion of the portfolio focused on steady dividend growth. Another portion focused on higher income generation. The goal is simple. Create meaningful cash flow while still maintaining exposure to long-term market growth. Which brings us to the third approach, a blended ETF income portfolio. And this is where things get interesting, because when you combine dividend ETFs with higher income strategies, the numbers land somewhere between the two extremes. Not $3 million, not $1.2 million, but something right in the middle. And for many investors, that number can feel far more realistic. So in the final example, we're going to combine these strategies and calculate what a blended ETF income portfolio might require to target around $10,000 per month. And that's exactly why many investors end up exploring a third approach, a blended strategy. Instead of relying entirely on dividend ETFs or entirely on higher income funds, they combine both. The goal? Balance income and long-term portfolio behavior. So let's run one more example. Imagine a blended ETF portfolio producing an average yield of about 7% annually. Not extremely conservative, not extremely aggressive, right in the middle. Now we run the same income target again, $10,000 per month, which equals $120,000 per year. Now divide that income target by a 7% yield. $120,000 divided by 0.07. The result, roughly $1.7 million invested. That's the number, about $1,700,000, right between the two earlier scenarios. Not $3 million, not $1.2 million, but somewhere in the middle. And this is exactly why many income investors build portfolios using multiple ETF strategies together, because it can create a balance between income today and long-term portfolio growth. Now, if you enjoy clear, structured ETF analysis like this, make sure you subscribe to MoneyQuest Broker. This channel focuses on breaking down ETF strategies, income investing, and portfolio structures in a way that's simple, realistic, and easy to understand. And one final thing. This video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Always do your own research and make investment decisions based on your personal financial situation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.